Thank you for the invitation and good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
And before starting, I will thank again Principal Madam for phrasing the topic. It's very good topic, very positive topic. There is no negativism in it. So we are going to discuss the thing in a positive manner. To discuss the thing, topic has been given in a very positive manner. That makes a lot of difference. As a doctor, I face people who are in troubles. No one comes to the doctor when they are happy. So if someone asks me, spontaneously I can discuss the negative things. उसको हाथ में तकलीफ हो गई, उसको सर में दर्द हो गया, उसको पैर टूट गया. All those things is very usual for my life. But to tell positive things, preventive things is something which is I have to make effort. And that was made a little bit more easier by your questions. I was a little bit perplexed. I don't know how my presentation, my discussion is going to be because it's not usual. So suddenly I got few messages, but oh wow, that has helped me a lot. So thank you people also. So if we discuss health, that is priority for everyone. Human being having a well-developed right frontal lobe, which helps in planning, which can see something which is not there in reality. It is unique to human being. That is the job of right frontal lobe, to visualize what is not here. That is how we are able to plan. Monkeys cannot play chess because they cannot plan how to demolish the other empire. We do it. That is because of our right frontal lobe. I don't want to burden you with a lot of scientific, technical things, but then whole world is involved in health. Everyone wants to live healthy and well. So this World Health Foundation, as you would have read by now, whether it is physical health or mental health, it is not only by absence of disease. It is health is in positiveness. When we are able to contribute to the society for our own living in positive manner. Once the illness starts, this is you can make it reverse upside down. So if there is any physical illness that affects our brain, so that becomes neurological. Then neuropsychiatric, psychiatric, psychological, personality problem, adjustment problem, mood or mental state. All these separately are different varieties of diseases, but in a single person also all these things may happen. Even the mood or how in our usual language at home we say man kharab hai. So that is the summary of whole well-being, whole wellness. Just I am not here. Today I am not in you. Now, to understand this, just little bit of, so that you should understand that I am a neurosurgeon. I have a few the anatomy of part of human brain, which is involved in learning, memory, all those things. To understand brain, we have like how we have wiring at home. Brain constitutes of a lot of circuits, and this is only part of it. There are many of it, and most of it we have not yet understood, not yet found. It is hardly 20 to 25% of brain function which we are able to really document and understand. This probably, unless you go deep, this has no meaning for you. It is only to indicate that it is very complex, but we do have very well defined function for every part of brain. Every part of brain is like our government office, like secretariat, where every officer, every clerk has been deputed one specific work. In private setup, so work is important. So if someone is sick, someone else has to take the job. But in government setup, if someone is not available, that job is pending for months and sometimes even longer time. In brain, it is exactly government setup. If part of brain, which was responsible for particular function, that gets affected somehow, either that function is lost forever, or it has to be taken over by the surrounding nerve cells, nerves. Only then that works slowly, and that takes months to years, and sometimes it never moves. Important thing to learn is we need to take care of brain cells, brain, so that we should not have permanent damage. Now this is another cell. So nature is excellent. God has given us, भगवान ने हमें brain दिया है to perceive the surrounding. At the same time, it has given us mechanism to control it. Like brain perceives the pain, but you see the picture on the right side shows how the brain sends feedback to control the pain cells which comes to brain. So when an army person, if you can imagine, he is wounded, he is bleeding, he must be having pain, he is also a human being. But still, despite of firing from other side, impending death, enemy is run, he keeps cool and plans how to act. And that is the job of our brain. And that is the mental state we have to achieve. Many people come to me with a lot of health issues and ask me, do I need to worry? कोई चिंता की बात है क्या? Few years ago, I used to have little bit of difficulty in finding analogies, but after recent episodes at our China border, my work has been made easy. If someone asks me, चिंता की कोई बात है क्या? I say, see, our people on China border, मूसा मारते मारते मर गए, उनको कोई चिंता नहीं, हम घर में बैठे चूहे छिपकली से डरते रहते. Now we have to achieve that mental state. Whenever we feel we are in trouble, we have to think that one army person sitting on the border has already received few bullets and he is planning how to control the invading enemy. That army person is not alone. There are many more things which has happened in the world, in our society, in our daily life. We have so many responsibilities, works on daily basis which seem to be difficult, impossible, unrealistic. And I believe ultimately we all succeed in most of them. We all succeed in most of them. What appears to be impossible in the morning, as we wake up, we have responsibilities at hand, we have worries, कोई बाहर गया है, कुछ काम है, पता नहीं होगा, नहीं होगा, लग तो नहीं रहा कि होगा. But at the end of the day, most of the work is done. If not done, we have some way out. That is how the life goes. When we go for sleep at night, we have plans for next day. We hope it will be better. And that is how this hope of better tomorrow keeps us going. We have to think and plan how to keep this better tomorrow, the flow of better tomorrow going on. Sorry for this theoretical image again. So this is still deeper picture where these parts are involved in thinking, behavior. This is called Pepper's circuit. This is very important. And this is not single circuit, as I told you. Whole brain is full of circuits. If we give one impulse, one knob, once the switch is on, that goes in a repetition, reverberatory cycle. Many a times, if someone takes just one experience that changes his life, it may be good or bad. Like if someone tastes alcohol just once, he may become an addict. Many drugs, why we keep telling our kids not to go towards it? Because many a times for many people, not only that the brain is addicted to that, many a times other body organs, even one dose of alcohol or other drugs can ruin liver forever. But let us keep ourselves on brain today. So this is repetition, and this can be good or bad. If we want to develop some good habit, let us put the good things in our circuit. If we want to avoid bad habit, we have to come out of that circuit. So we will discuss how to come out of it and how to be in it. Just before going ahead, let us understand what is mental. When we say mental, again I will tell you, घर में किसी को मेंटल बोल दिया तो 2-4 दिनों तक कम्युनिकेशन केबल स्विच ऑफ हो जाता है. यदि ऑफिस में बोल दिया तो दैट में एक्सटेंड टू वीक्स, और सड़क पर यदि बोल दिया तो मार्केट भी हो सकती है. But we are discussing it, that's good. But what it is, what does it mean if we say mental state? It is all panoramic, pragmatic summary of emotional, psychological and social well-being. How we think, how we feel and how we act is all decided through that, our mind, mental state. And that results into how it is expressed. It is expressed in how we handle that stress, how we relate to others, and how we make choices on a regular basis as a habit, what we do. Emotion. For everything we term it as emotion. It's very broad thing again. There are a lot of definitions. To term it and to phrase it in few words is very, very difficult. But it is usually confused with temperament, mood, personality, everything. It is associated with thoughts, feelings, behavior, all those things. But what is emotional intelligence? It's very important to understand. Emotional intelligence is when we are able to use our emotions. Every one of us has some sort of emotion. So what do we do? If someone irritates us, we get angry. If someone makes me happy, I am ready to do anything for them. Now this is what we have to understand. If we are intelligent enough to understand our own relation, our own emotion and others' emotion, we can use it in a better way. We can use it as an energy. What nowadays is the term emotional quotient. When we started learning, the most important thing was supposed to be the IQ, intelligence quotient. Slowly the emotional quotient came. IQ is not the only factor. How you handle the emotion, how you energize yourself to use your intelligence is very important. And that is how the emotional wellness results. It is not only just the composition, the bag of emotions. It is how we are using the emotion that the emotional wellness comes into shape. Again, this WHO is also trying to define the things, what is mind and what is mental state, all that. But to summarize, what is important to understand is the foundation for individual well-being and effective functioning of society, stability at mental state for everyone in the society. It is not only for him, it is for whole of the society. Like if you go outside and interact with, say, some vegetable hawker, shopkeeper, how you behave with him depends upon your mood, your mental state. And how he is behaving, that is also dependent upon that. And then as you come out of that shop, how you behave on the road depends upon how that vegetable shop owner has behaved with you. So that all is in the flow of the society. If somewhere one switch of electric circuit at home is not working properly, it is dangerous for fire, accident, for whole of the house. It's not only for that particular switch. So, as I told in earlier slide, there might be whole gamut of physical illness, but ultimately it is that I am not feeling well, and for others it may be that I am not behaving well. And that is very important. In scientific terms, when I feel that I am not well, that is one stage of illness. Whereas when I am not able to feel that I am not well, someone else finds out that I am not well, I am not behaving appropriately, I am not behaving as my usual, that becomes more severe type of illness which needs different type of care. Till you are able to identify that I am not well, I should be taking someone's help, it is different. Just for my ease, can I know how many of you are above 50? Okay, great, please, thank you. And above 40? Okay, great. So we are having relatively younger assembly here. Good. So why I asked you all this is in neurological, especially surgical field, what they say that up to 40 you can do and you should do every surgery. Like you can break, you can try to break every stone, whatever it comes, एक सूत मारो कहीं तो टिकेगा. After 40 you have some experience, but still your energy is intact. So you try to look at the stone whether you should try it or not. And after 50, you do the things as per your habit, whether to break the stone or to leave it, because of your experience of last so many decades, you behave. Now that makes bulk of your mental state. That brings lot of stability in your life. So, as we are living on daily basis, all those things are important. That is why we should take advice from our seniors, superiors, elders in the family. Especially in India, so far we really had lot of such practice, which probably we are losing. Am I correct? Are we losing or it is still intact? How many of you feel that we are losing that habit of consulting our seniors at home, especially at home? Good. All good. So it is important. Mental health is important because it affects every aspect of our life. Our daily productivity at work, our education, our learning, our behavior with our family members, our development, and on the road, crime and other problems. Now, there are varieties, there are different levels of mental health. As I told you, I am not feeling happy, I am not feeling well, and once I am not able to perceive myself whether I am alright or not, that goes. Now, many people feel it is because of experience in this world. My mental state is decided by others' behavior. Others have done this to me. This needs de-analysis. It is, as I told you earlier, that emotions we should handle intelligently. We should handle our own emotions as well as others' emotions. To say that my present situation is because of others' behavior is giving your vehicle's key to others. It is giving your life's handle to others. If your neighbor comes to know that only he can drive your car, that you are not a good driver, you cannot drive your car, what will you do? You will misuse. So we should not think that our life is dependent on others. If it is one thing which needs to be corrected as soon as possible. So this is nothing others' behavior in physical life. Lot of people they blame others. It might be partly true. I don't say it is 100% wrong, but then we should know how to handle it. This is not safe. Now, when it comes to learning, how all of us learn. So, if I ask, when does it start? When does learning start? Okay, let me tell you more clearly. How many of you feel that babies in the womb can learn something? Babies in the womb can learn something? Do you think? Oh, very good. And how many of you think that babies below the age of 2 years, they can learn something. Good, very good. So I will tell you very small example. Leave alone 2 years. You see a baby of 2 months old. There are babies who can keep lying down quietly, calmly, with dirty cloths. They might have passed motion, urine. Sometimes even parents will be happy that okay, my baby is quiet. But other kids will be there, if they pass urine, they will make such a big loud noise that whole house will know that something has gone wrong. Now how this habit developed to a 2-month-old child? No one knows, no one can say that when did this particular behavior went into that small brain. But then it has happened. Probably that may continue for the rest of his life. And to be more just extrapolating all that, I hope I have that slide, that most of the personality building, all of us know that most of the personality building is over by teen years. But the basics is done by 10 years. I hope, I think I have that. Yeah. So, after we have understood little bit of basics, how can we say that someone is under threat, someone is suffering? Do we have some signs? Important thing is 2 varieties of people. Those who are introvert, they won't like to discuss, they won't disclose, they will keep burning inside, they will be tolerating the pain. There are few people who will speak it out. Probably life is easier for us. Whether they are introvert or extrovert, few behavioral changes we should be able to detect. It is safe not only for other person, for us also, because we are living in the society. So it is usual things like keeping alone, not speaking, changing behavior, keeping away from the usual work, keeping away from social gatherings. And this is not something which I am telling you new. Rather, in our civilization, especially in our part of the world, all those things were not only identified, there are planned structure in our society, in our social behavior. You see the festivals. I will tell you, there is worldwide accepted definition of de-addiction. De-addiction means if you can avoid something for 6 months, you are not dependent on it. You are de-addicted. And to analyze our dharma and our society critically, you see, we have 2 months when people do all nonsenses. For other months, we have probably more strict behavioral etiquettes, ethics. But in 2 months, one is Halu and another one is Savan. In all that, people come out of their home and nonsense is allowed, but not in other months. So why this is allowed? Because thousands of years ago, people felt that only these months you can do nonsense, but you should do nonsense. Both the aspects, the restriction as well as liberalization, both were included. So I will tell you one example. explaining the patients is very easy for me. So let me explain you. Before going to the patient, there is very old saying that to solve the problems, there are two simple ways. One, if you are able, just sit down, concentrate, think over it, solve it. If not, get on the top of the roof, shout, someone will show you the way. But that shouting on the rooftop does not happen. That is the problem. And all our abilities, the problem appears only when it goes beyond our ability, beyond our thinking. So, this is, by now you might have read, I had only yesterday, I see a lot of patients, but this is a very difficult, very sad story. And most important part of it was, she was narrating all this for 45 minutes to me. Literally, I was crying. Her mother is sitting. You can understand if all these things she would have explained to me how her mother would be thinking. Her other relatives were all around. They were also in very bad emotional state. She was explaining this to me when she has gone off. Her thinking abilities are not normal. Probably the same thing if she would have done in normal days. If her mother, who has brought her to me now, probably she would have given some listening, some ears to her, some real honest advice, some care, probably this might not have done. But then answer. So, when we listen to our close people, literally we are the best person for them. You are the doctor, you are the God. If you listen to them, that is, most part of the treatment is done. So when someone around you is having any indication, we should know, we should try to know, we should try to listen. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, even in episodes. Patients come to me, I listen to them. Sometimes it needs multiple meetings, multiple counseling sessions. And it is at every level, at home, at workplace, even on the road. This suicidal thinking is result of when someone thinks that there is no better tomorrow. Like I told you, every morning we face problem. Day is for action. At the end of the day, we go to bed thinking that tomorrow will be better. When this hope is not there, this suicidal thinking comes. Thinking and ideation, there are a lot of differences and discussions about the terminology. Let us not go into that. But how we can avoid it? One thing is that it is just a second. Probably you might have heard that someone was just trying to jump from the bridge and other person went and asked her the help that I need this, just give me 1 minute. She came down of the railing of the bridge and the idea of suicide was changed. So it is impulsive. Suicidal idea is impulsive. It takes just seconds, maybe minutes. If you can diffuse it, the bomb is over. But for ourselves, every one of us would have faced a lot of setbacks in life. But why I did not commit suicide so far is because I have to do a lot of neurosurgery. I have to open a lot of brain in this mind. Why? Because I feel my purpose is not finished in a day. I need even 100 years is not enough. I need 150 years to complete the work which I think I should do in this edition of life. I feel my parents who made a lot of efforts to bring me up to this level, they should remain satisfied for rest of their life. I feel all my relatives, my friends who supported me, they should feel that they have got something in return. Suicidal tendency is worldwide and it is more in financially, economically better placed societies. That is more important. I will tell you, I have 1% rule. Like if I have 100 known people, so far I feel that at least 1% of them have committed suicide. 1% are totally psychiatric patient. 1% is having serious life-threatening illness. Like that. All these things say us only our responsibility towards the society. It is not that all the problems are surely there to end the life without our control. Many of things we can control. Everything is not brain cancer. Lot of things can be changed just by our behavior. Another very interesting story. Just few days ago, this gentleman was brought from a village. He was a very good chef, very good cook. So the restaurant fellow where he joined as a cook, he promoted him and within a month he was the boss, he was the best cook. So he started picking people around him. People thought that okay, he has become arrogant, success has entered into his brain. After that he started avoiding not only his friends, even his work. He took off. People thought that he is trying to take rest or he is just other extreme of arrogance. After a few days he started crying. Then they brought him. Now I don't understand, really I cannot blame the people around him. Probably they would have found themselves helpless whether to help this fellow or not and if to help how. But what appears to me is he could not absorb his success. That is something built in his own personality. It is like cancer gene which is found in that patient's gene itself. It is not something imported from somewhere else. So, to learn not only to behave in difficult times, also in good times, in success, or to digest it. So, when we see some people in such situation, our responsibilities are not all that clear. As I told you, that gentleman, he was successful. The people who brought him from the village, later they brought him to me. They would have been clueless how to help him. But then they did try to help. Now, activities which can help to keep us energized, give us more energy. It is not only our physical fitness. Our biggest strength is our knowledge and our skill. Our work is the best way to eliminate the competition, get us the success, keep us moving, and till those things happen, most of the other problems, they don't come to us. So obviously we should acquire knowledge and skill, and we should make it with maximum possible effort. If I say killer instinct, people may take it otherwise. It may sound different phrase. Okay. Let us think that I think that I have to do neurosurgery like Sachin Tendulkar does batting. How Lata Mangeshkar sings the song. I have to do neurosurgery of that level. And I'm not a very religious person, वैसे तो नहीं बोल सकता, लेकिन भगवान में भरोसा बहुत जरूरी है। और एक भगवान तो आप जरूर चुन लो। ऐसे हमारे पास बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस हैं, which is one of the best thing, but at least one तो जरूर होना चाहिए। That gives us lot of strength. See, when we sit in the flight, if we keep worrying that pilot might be new, he might not be doing his job properly, he might be drunk, I should have done it. Imagine if some other pilot is in the same plane, or a taxi driver. If we keep doubting, or if we have to drive ourselves, the journey becomes painful. Just you trust the pilot, trust the driver, sit back, you can enjoy the journey. Life is like a journey. So if you have a God, a Bhagwan, on whom you can leave the responsibility, you will be yeah, same thing. When we are in air turbulence, in a plane, we have to trust the pilot, and we have to think that just matter of few minutes, we are going to come out of it. That is how even the pilots behave. When we are in an aeroplane, and if there is turbulence, we are feeling like पुराने जमाने की बैलगाड़ी की तरह धक 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 चल रहा है, and suddenly the captain appears that okay, there is some turbulence for our next 20 minutes or 30 minutes, we will be better. And when we are in trouble, we should be strong from deep inside. There are a lot of examples in this world and in our own culture, in our own history. I need not to explain how Mata Sita would have tolerated Ravan, or how Draupadi would have faced all the negative things what she might have thought. But then the trust in Lord Krishna for Draupadi and Rama for Mata Sita, and the larger goal that yes, we have to go back, we have to do what we have left, we have to restart the thing. That's very important. And that increases the tolerance, that makes you strong from deep inside. Probably few of the questions which I was given, I am trying to answer. If you feel it is not quite okay, not satisfactory, please. Yeah, as I told you, stress as source of energy. You imagine any of the CEO, see all these 8-hour work criteria, it is only for the physical manual laborers. Anyone who is working with brain, with ideas, with plans, there is no hour limit, even for teachers. I don't think any one of you will say no if your student comes and asks you something. I was never told no when I was a student. So, stress for all those people who work because of their intelligence, because of their idea, because of their knowledge, it's high. But that stress those people, as I told you, the emotional energy, they take that stress, they use that stress to improve their performance. We should do that. That is how the stress should be utilized. In next slide, probably I will make you still clear. And coming to work and home. Obviously, work we should enjoy. We should select the work which we enjoy. Then the work becomes easier and happier. Sometimes we do take the work to home, but don't take the stress home. Obviously, clear demarcation of responsibilities both at work as well as at home. Obviously, it does not mean कि husband को ये काम नहीं करना है या करना है नहीं. So there are lot of things which needs to be done together. And discussion. The communication level is very important. Equilibrium and harmony and peace to self and to others. The important thing is, more we work, there is more harmony, more productivity, more results, more harmony, more award, more reward, more harmony. That is, you have to keep yourself at the top. We have to improve our abilities and knowledge and skills on daily basis. Limitations we have to understand and accept with humility without a sense of defeat. See, an ant can try to carry multiple times of its weight. It may not be successful every time. It accepts the defeat, tries it again, never commits suicide, even if it fails for 1,000 times. I will tell you this. I was a child, I think I was 9th standard, no, I was 11. In 1987, when Rajiv Gandhi had sent some relief material to Sri Lanka. The Sri Lankan Navy, which even today cannot survive in front of our Indian Navy, with a tiny boat, few officers, he told the Indian Navy that we are being told that I should oppose you with all our might. The Indian officers, they laughed, okay, your might. But then from the top, the order was that no, if they are resisting, you come back. So whatever be our might, we should use with maximum effort. See, our brave pilot, Abhinandan, the F-16 which Pakistan was flying, at that time India did not have Rafale. F-16 is the most modern fighter jet. But Abhinandan did not mind it. With our 1965 model Russian fighter jet, he entered, brought down the F-16. So we have to be the best in our effort, and as Lord Krishna has said, we should not think of the results. It will be always good. We should think like that. So especially to our teachers today, I must tell you that to become a doctor, I had to really work hard. Teaching is in my blood. My parents, most of the family members, they are still teachers. So, strength of teachers' community is our knowledge, our daily updates. We should discuss. We should discuss at least few things, whether new or old. Even if it is old, discussing it gives you energy. I tell you once, I reached home around 8 p.m. My father was half asleep. My cousin was trying to read something. The book was open, but he was sleeping, and my father, in his half sleep, he was narrating the meaning of that poem. When I told him that he was sleeping, my father told, I was not talking for him. It gives me energy. I enjoy talking about this poem. So that is the work of a teacher, that is the life of a teacher. And among ourselves, we should have good friendship at home or workplace. We should have good friends. We should have congenial environment. At least to some people, we should be able to open up and tell that yes, I have this problem. That makes daily life easy. This is a good cartoon. I think you all might have seen it. That's what I say to my kids. That I don't expect, I cannot define your result. I can guide you for preparation. I can tell you how to do it. The day of examination or day of result is not the day of analysis. Day of result is to accept what the effort you have made, that is the only thing you will get. I will tell you one small example. Falcon, बाज हिंदी में कहते हैं उसको, शिकारी पक्षी, शिकारी उसको पालते हैं, उसको दूसरी चिड़िया को पकड़ने के लिए भेजते हैं, वो चिड़िया पकड़ कर लाती है, उसको मरोड़कर एक बैग में डालते हैं, दूसरे बैग से कुछ रुई उस बाज को दे देते हैं, सो दैट बाज भूखा रहता है, भूखा रहेगा तो ही पकड़ कर लाएगा, पेट भर जाएगा तो नहीं लाएगा, थोड़े से फ्लैश पीसेस भी कभी कभी दे देता है। तो इफ यू फील सेटिस्फाइड, if you are happy with the result, your efforts will go down. So result should not be always 100% satisfactory. Rather, it should be motivating. You should take motivation from there, that how I have to go to the next level. Result is not the day to repent. Result is the day to learn and move ahead. Prepare before examination for the result. So before going further, in our society it is very big phrase, Atma Gyan, Hari Darshan, Bhagwan ने उसको दर्शन दिया. These all things are very scientific. Just you have to understand these phrases are iconic. You have to understand the icon. What it indicates. These phrases are symbols. So what it symbolizes? Atma Gyan is when you know the purpose of life, what makes you happy, what you can do, what is your maximum capability, what you can't do, what is your best way of learning, whether by hearing, by watching, by doing. When you know all these things, your limitations, that is called Atma Gyan. For that you need not to go to some Baba and try to understand his philosophy, which probably you would have never heard earlier in your life, and you may not understand. Same way, Hari Darshan is not भगवान ने किसी को दर्शन दिया, मुझे नहीं पता, मुझे नहीं दिया. But I feel, I know what is Brahma. I have done Hari Darshan because I know that my soul, what is my purpose, what makes my soul happy, and how I should do to keep it happy. At home, when we are with close relatives, the most important thing is submission. एक वो पुराना गाना है, ये लो मैं हारी पिया हुई तेरी जीत रे. अब वो वाला प्लान खत्म हो गया. अब वैसे लोग मिलते नहीं. But I feel probably that is the way, whether someone has to accept the defeat, surrender, कि ठीक है आगे बढ़ो. How many of you agree with that? No one. Oh, I see. And this is very sad component of our society, which is sadly increasing. That's the worst thing. We have to, as a society, we have to really look into it, think over it, that this is not our way of living, and this is imported disease. This is worse than HIV. It is imported disease, and that has to be controlled collectively. Probably by more communication and honest and transparent behavior. Now this is one new problem. Today only I was talking to our psychologist friend, and she was also quite concerned about that this new problem. What was below the carpet, probably what we thought ये नाली का कीड़ा है, that has come to on the highways. Anyway, so but we have to take care of such people. If people are identifying themselves as different, there is nothing wrong in it. There is no mistake of themselves. All that is in our genes, in our character, and probably it has been decided and planned by the Almighty, the God, which is beyond anyone's control. So we have to sympathize with them, we have to listen to them, and we have to be gentle. Now this is very old slok. How many of you have not heard of this? कितने लोग नहीं सुने इसको, कभी नहीं पढ़ा? चलो बहुत कम लोग नहीं पढ़े हैं, बहुत सारे लोग फिर भी जानते हैं. So this is very old sloka which tells us about parenting and our latter handling of kids. So it is up to 5 years you give them love. Up to 10 years, you can beat them. After 16 years, you have missed the bus. By the time you understand the problem, what is happening at Kota or anywhere else is, people start asking their kids about their result only when they have passed 12th, they are preparing for NEET or something like that. Whereas they should have tried when the child was 5-year-old, 10-year-old or so. So is it so that we have missed the bus? I don't think so. We should not think like that. There is always a chance, there is always a way out, but then the ways are different. We have to tackle it differently. That is, you can say mind game or whatever. At workplace, it's our work ability, quality, and our language which is very important. Again, you should know your liking, disliking, strength, weakness, and ways of learning. And we should make maximum use of it. Only when we understand, we can help ourselves and we can help others. Road race is one thing which is very common, especially probably in northern part of India. I never heard of it so badly when I was in Chennai, but it is real problem. Even a few weeks ago, I faced it with my driver. Now, society and community at that level, there is big part of the God factor or philosophy, however you term it. All that is not only to take care of your own work, it is a collective behavior, like on the road. Like if there is no water in our society, someone may just walk few steps and create some violent behavior. But we have to have patience, we have to wait for the system to work, and we have to trust that at least in this world, Almighty is good enough to not to let me die without water. Social lessons, as I told you, like 2 times in a year, we have been given liberty to do all the nonsense. It's not only that. See, there are ceremonies. How many days we have to perform after someone's death, and how many days we can celebrate after birth, during marriage. All that has a lot of meaning for our psychological, social, and mental well-being. And this is our common enemy. Few days ago, I had my grandmother. She was narrating her headache, and her 5-year-old granddaughter was playing with mobile. I got irritated. I shouted at the grandmother that you prevent this, otherwise she will become bigger headache for you than what you have now. And this child was so quick. She not only closed her mobile, she immediately told, she also does this. Now, it was my turn to repent, and I told her, yes, then you also should tell her that she should not do. Now, these 2 pictures I need not to explain. Everyone's life is not like Ramayana. Everything flowery, happy ending. No, it does not happen to everyone all the time. Life is like Marcy. Thousands of years ago, why the Mahabharata term was coined and why we said this story alone? Because life is Mahabharata on daily basis. We have to prepare for it, and we have to live like that one. Obviously, we have to know the word, the skills to the maximum. At the same time, we have to learn the ethics and limitations. Hope you understand these pictures. Happiness, people say, Swarg or Narak Sara Yahi. If we live happily, it is equivalent to Swarg. Not only Swarg, it is like moksha. And that comes with our good mental health and feeling of well-being. So health is equal to man, happiness of man, and that brings us all happiness. I hope I have not bored you too much. So let us bind our bags. All I want you to take home today is learn the best, perform to the maximum, and take rest, sit back, and let the world go to hell. Thank you for patient hearing.
Thank you, sir, for conducting such a wonderful session for us, understanding mental wellness and its importance. And I think the topics that you have covered through your sessions have almost addressed all our queries. I would like to summarize what all you have covered in this session is having faith in God, doing the things with killer instinct, keeping positive in bad times, being useful to society, working for a larger goal can help us indeed in dealing deal with our daily stresses and challenges. Thank you, sir, once again. And I would like to quote this session today with a quote: "If winter comes, can spring be